Hey everyone, I hope your past week has been stellar. My name is Ethan, though online I go by the name Ochrence, and this is The Rec Room, a show where I recommend music to you that I've enjoyed hearing over the past week. My experience announcing tracks as a DJ on WHRB in Cambridge, Massachusetts spurred me to create this show. I wanted to make sure that cool content from all genres and locations around the world could be recognized just a little bit more. I'm about to make some format and aesthetic changes to this show that'll take some time to complete, so this one is just a short mini update. But for now, I have 5 songs to share with you, so let's get started. Our first song this week comes from Toronto artist Pleasurecraft. It's called Work It Out from last year's EP2 and features fellow Toronto-based performance artist and vocalist Mingjia Chen. This is a wonderful 3-minute cut of alternative pop music with an abrasive edge. Artist Sam Lewis's droll and nonchalant vocal delivery is perfectly cut here by distorted synths, ethereal harmonies from Mingjia mixed in a late 60s style, and a very danceable beat featuring lots of cowbell. And if you don't like cowbell, there's the door. I particularly enjoy the aggressive mixing and mastering on this one, and the fact that Sam is not afraid to work with unexpected scales or detuned patches. I'm not the quickest one to draw comparisons to other artists, but to me this sounds maybe like a decidedly urgent Tom Beck or LCD Sound System song. It's great stuff overall. The second song I'd like to talk about today is from Sarah Mary Chadwick, a Melbourne-based Kiwi who is known for her somber balladry and distinctive vocals. This is When Will Death Come, the opener from a January release called Please Daddy with decidedly not safe for work cover art. As a vocalist myself, I try to stay very attuned to when singers are just reading lyrics from a page versus when they actually seem to be meaning what they're saying, and in this respect I'm very impressed with Sarah's work. With simple piano parts and a very nice flute line backing her up, she very convincingly paints herself as someone who's come to her very last straw with life in general. There's a final refrain in the song where you can really hear her voice cracking under all of the pressure, and that's a beautiful thing. My next pick has been around for decades and is a very established artist whose pieces can be great for when you're feeling down and want somebody who might understand you. This is Blind by Michael Gira from his solo album Drainland, recorded when his band Swans were in a decidedly gothic phase. I see mid-90s Gira as an expert weaver of sonic tapestries, interested in painting wonderfully dreary static scenes atop which he intones lyrics of failure and regret. This song starts full steam ahead and stays there. We immediately fade into a thick soup of canned choirs and a sentimental chord progression built out by various instruments over time. Some music makes you feel like you're part of the experience the entire time, but here you're only Mike's guest, listening to him talk about how the ravages of age have made him more empathetic. He lets you into his world filled with tape loops and beautiful string sections, but then before you know it, the song fades right back out into nothing. It's a good metaphor for loss. I have an unhealthy level of respect for our following artist about whom almost nothing is known outside of a close inner circle. He's never performed live, and nobody knows what he looks like nor what his real name is. What is known is that he's Korean, and he's gone under a number of assumed names in the past, including Public Morality and Midair Thief. This is his latest, a single called Restless Song put out under the name Shadow Community, alongside an unnamed guest vocalist. While this person's album as Midair Thief, Crumbling, had a very strong electronic basis, this song is more rooted in acoustic instruments alongside staticky and manipulated synth backdrops and effects. I find that the live drumming here is especially effective, responsive to the shifting styles and moods throughout the song. Now, even though I don't speak Korean, this song conveys a very distilled sense of ennui that it's hard not to pick up on. And yes, you can end a sentence in a preposition. Our final group for the day is a Norwegian jazz combo headed by Bergen-based guitarist and composer Stein Ørheim. Stein dropped an album earlier this year called Downhill Uplift. It's a very good album combining Americana with an avant-garde fusion spirit, and my favorite track off of it is called Brave New World Revisited Again. This one is a slow burner and another example of a drummer who really knows how to strengthen a composition. Stein loves to play with timbre in his pieces, and so here there's a simple head with a vocalist repeating the title of the song on some nice chords, followed by these longer stretches of exploration over a drone. As someone who likes the occasional twang but rarely veers into full-on country mode, I really appreciate the balance here between the nice guitar lines and the instrumentation less traditional in an Americana context like the vibraphone. And that about wraps it up for this week's episode. As always, thank you for checking out my show. Check out the description below for links to all of these songs and more, and if you like what I'm doing and want more, you can really do me a solid by clicking on that big red subscribe button below as well. I also have an ever-growing public Spotify playlist featuring all the songs in this show that are available for streaming on Spotify, so check that out too. If you'd like to leave me some feedback on this series or want me to talk about a song that you really like, which I'd love to do, go ahead and leave a comment on this video or DM me on my Facebook or Instagram pages and I'll take a listen. And lastly and leastly, if I've won you over with my discerning taste and you want to listen to some music that I've made as well, go ahead and look me up on your favorite streaming website or go to ochrence.com. Once again, this has been The Rec Room with your host, Ochrence. Happy Super Tuesday and have a good one.